Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be going over the best free-to-play / beginner arena team that all new and early game players should be assembling to have success in the early stages of the arena and even into the mid game. So that's what I'm going to be going over, and let's get into it. Alrighty, so when I was doing this, I wanted to come up with a team that you are guaranteed to get. You don't even have to pull any shards to acquire this team. It's going to be free-to-play friendly and guaranteed for you to be able to assemble it without spending any money. Now, it is going to be a project. It's not something you can build in 10 minutes. It's going to be something you work towards, you know. So you're still going to have to grind for the champions and farm the gear and get the team speed tuned to have success. But you are guaranteed to acquire it if you're willing to put in the work and do the grind for the champions and stuff. So one tip I do want to give really quickly, obviously if you're watching this, you're probably new to the arena and wondering how to have success in it. And this type of question, like best early game or free-to-play friendly arena team, comes up all the time in comment sections and streams. So I wanted, you know, to have a resource to link these people to in terms of a team that you should be thinking about working towards. But like I said, one tip I do want to give you for the Great Haul, you will see that my wins down in the bottom right, I'm 74-0 so far this week. A lot of people don't know, but those stats refresh every week. So depending on where you live in the world, for me it's like Sunday night, Monday morning, the weekly arena resets. You get your rewards for the week based on the current tier that you're in, all the way from bronze to gold, whatever. You get your weekly rewards, and then the arena kind of resets, and that's when those win totals reset. Your wins and losses go back to 0-0, and it will track it for the week. So for the week, you want to try to get that win percentage somewhere between like 70 and 95%. Now, one trick you can do for this, let me show you here in the arena, is you can set your defense to one champion. This means that people can kind of beat up on you and keep your rank a little bit lower to help you stay in an area of the game where you're able to compete easily. The reason being that you want to stay a little bit lower in your trophies, like if you play the game enough, you'll see a lot of people set one champion as their defense, and it's because they don't want their rank to get too high, because if you get to a point where you're winning 30 or 40% of your battles, you're being very inefficient with your arena tokens. You only get a certain amount of them every day, especially if you're free to play. You're only going to get like 30 something of them a day, and if you're winning, you know, 7 or 8 of those battles, you'd be much better served to lower your rank a little bit and win like 32 of those battles instead of 7 or 8. So you can be much more efficient with your arena tokens and actually acquire these points much more quickly by staying a little bit lower in the rank and not killing yourself trying to get as high of a rank as possible. A lot of people that make that mistake. That shouldn't be the priority. The priority should be winning at a good clip so that you're constantly acquiring these medals every day. And I do have a video going over the Great Haul, but in general, I'll touch on it really quick. You want to prioritize accuracy for your clan boss team and also your campaign farmers. So getting them, you know, attack and crit damage so that you're able to do well in the campaign. That's assuming your campaign farmer is an attack champion, which it probably is. If you're free to play / beginner, you're probably using your starting champion as your campaign farmer. So getting their attack and crit damage can be good, and then also prioritizing the accuracy stat for your clan boss team. So let's go ahead and dive into the team now that I've covered kind of the basic things that you should know. So I've got it written on this sheet right here, and you can screenshot this or whatever you need, but this kind of lays out the team in general. So Spirit Host is going to come from level 4 in the campaign. I will show you, you know, all of these things and go over the champions really quick as well. But you're going to want to farm yourself a Spirit Host, and I should also add only needs level 30. The Spirit Host can get good value as a level 30 champion. You don't have to worry about like 6-starring her. War Maiden probably needs to be 6-starred / developed, and then Diabolist only needs to be level 30 to get pretty decent value, and then obviously your starting champion is highest 6-star / develop priority. Your starting champion is going to be the champion you want to get to 6 stars ASAP and invest in them. War Maiden is a pretty good one to do second. You know, force affinity, so helps, you know, complement the magic affinity that your starting champion is, and War Maiden with the AoE defense down and ability to deal AoE damage is a very good rare to develop right after your starting champion. And you can also get War Maiden in level 9 of the campaign. I will show you that. And then I put what order they go in. So the Diabolist that you get from level 12 of the campaign is going to be your turn meter manipulator. So in the arena, we want to go first before the enemy team. You can have the strongest team, you know, you can have a stronger team than your opponent, but if they go before you and burst you down, it doesn't matter that what gear you're wearing. You went second and you didn't get a chance to go, so you got bursted down and you're dead. So a big hurdle to get over in the arena is getting good speed to go before your opponent, nuke them down, or at least kill one or two of them before they have a chance to inflict damage to you. And that really gives you a leg up if you can go before your opponent, especially in the early to mid game. There's some defensive style teams you can build, you know, later on and once you get more champions and stuff. But in terms of beginner and free to play, this is what you're going to want to work towards. So in the campaign, the first one you'll come across in Stage 4, Durham Forest. If you click on a campaign level, you'll see here on the left side, these are the champions you can get. Spirit Host is this one right here, and she is very good in the arena because of this ability right here. If you get her to 3-star Ascension, she will place a 50% increase attack buff on all allies. War Maiden and Kale that I have in this team, they both deal damage based on attack, so she will buff them and make them hit significantly harder. She also provides a speed aura, giving you a 10% bonus to speed. You make her the leader, and she'll provide the aura plus the boosting of the attack of your Kale and your War Maiden. The next one that you will come across is going to be level 9 in the Deadlands, and you'll see over here, War Maiden is this, you know, this rare force affinity champion right here. And her role in this arena team is going to be this ability right here. When you get it ascended, she's going to attack all enemies, and when you get her booked, it's going to be a 100% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. That's huge. You get her to go before your starting champion, she lowers their defense, and now your starting champion comes behind and nukes them for insane damage. Then you're going to come across later on in the campaign in the Brimstone Path, you're going to see Diabolist here. Diabolist, her role is going to be right here. We get her ascended to 3-star. Fill the turn meter of all allies by 15%. Decrease the turn meter of all enemies by 15%. Now, you need good accuracy to proc that decreased turn meter effect, but the fill turn meter of all allies is guaranteed. You don't need accuracy for that. But if you want her to be consistent in decreasing the turn meter of your enemies, you are going to need good accuracy on her. So, that's kind of her role. Buff your turn meters, lower the enemy's turn meters, and it helps you get a chance to go before the enemy team. And then the 4th champion is your starting champion that you're guaranteed to have. No matter who it is, Elaine, Kale, Aethel, Galek, all of them can do very good in the arena in the early game. They will come through and go 4th/last, and they will burst down the enemy team with huge damage. So again, just to go over it, now that we understand the gist, the person that goes first right here, you see goes first, is Diabolist. You want her speed to be as high as possible so that she will boom. She will boost the turn meter of your team and decrease the turn meter of the enemies. Then second is Spirit Host. She provides the attack buff. And then third is going to be War Maiden. She's going to do her AoE move and decrease the defense of the entire enemy team. And then fourth is going to be your starting champion that cleans everything up and hits massively hard after the War Maiden, after their defense is down and the attack is boosted. You're going to come through and do massive damage and kind of clean it up. So this is a way to farm the arena quickly and efficiently. It's auto-friendly. It's free-to-play friendly. You can get these champions in the campaign. And a really common question is, how hard is it to acquire these champions in the campaign? And the answer from what I've seen is the champions in the campaign, the rare ones, obviously the commons and uncommons drop a little bit more easily. The rare ones, like the Diabolist and the War Maiden and the Spirit Host that you're going to farm from the campaign, they drop at about a 1% rate. So you're going to want to farm those stages of the campaign, and you're going to need to do about 100 to 200 runs to acquire this champion. So yeah, this might take you a few days, a few weeks to build this team, but you will get there if you stick with it, and you're diligent about farming the proper levels. You will acquire these champions. And then, yeah, the Spirit Host and the Diabolist, they only need to be 3 stars to do well in the arena. The War Maiden and your starting champion, you're going to want to develop so that they hit harder, and obviously, you're going to need to tune their speeds to have the Diabolist have the highest speed, your Spirit Host to have the second highest speed, then your War Maiden to have the third highest speed, and then your starting champ to have the lowest speed of the team. But you want them all to have good speed. Just because your War Maiden and your starting champion go 3rd and 4th doesn't mean that you can completely neglect their speed. You have to go before the enemy team, and if there's too much of a gap between like your Diabolist who goes 1st and your starting champion who goes last, if there's too much of a gap there, her turn meter boost won't be significant enough for you to go before the enemy team's damage dealers. So you do want to, you know, get good speed. You just want your Diabolist and your Spirit Host to have a higher speed than your damage dealers, if that makes sense. But you still need to get speed on everybody, and that will be kind of the huge determining factor of your success in the arena. So a lot of people kind of build their damage dealers early in the game with 4 pieces of lifesteal and 2 pieces of speed. That's kind of your most generally useful way to have success in the campaign and the arena and the clan boss, to be able to live and have decent speed, is to go with the 4-piece lifesteal and 2 pieces of speed. So yeah, I hope this helped you out, and if you have any questions, drop it down in the comments and I will do my best to answer it for you. So yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, have a good rest of your day. Peace.